section number 87 وهو and it is باب المحافظة على ما اعتاده من الخير باب المحافظة على ما اعتاده من الخير يعني the section of preserving or keeping up or keep doing what a person is habitually doing of goodness, what you kept doing of goodness. It's an encouragement that whenever you start something, you start something that you want to continue. It's not like I'm just trying this out. Whatever goodness you do, have in your head that I want to continue doing that as much as I can. فاتقوا الله ما استطعتم. يعني have taqwa to Allah as much as you can, to the best of your ability. And this will teach us also to start slow, to start easy, and to continue. Because sometimes you push yourself hard and then what happens? You drop. And then the likelihood of going back to what you used to do is little. Because you already have the experience in your head how tough it was in your head. Subconsciously, you woke up one night, you find, mashallah, very good. I'll pray Qiyamul Layl like all night long. And then the next night you said, oh, nice, I do this. So you did it for a week. But then you got exhausted. Why can long week end that was a week off or something like that? Then now every time you want to do tahajjud, what is the experience in your head? That tough week. So you're not going to do again. Even though the concept of tahajjud is simple, yani. You can wake up, pray 5 minutes, 2 rak'at, then go back. Yani, it's not that big of a... But because you already took it to the next step without being ready, that is what the experience is. So somebody said, can I memorize the Quran? I said, yes, you can. Me, memorize the Quran. Quran يعني what is the Quran at the end of the day? كلام of Allah. Quran في قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد في سورة البقرة. Yeah? But you are looking at Surah Al-Baqarah. And you are looking at the whole Quran. Okay? Right? And you don't have to memorize the whole Quran. Say, okay, Quran 30 juz. My goal now is to memorize what? 1 juz. It took me 6 months, 1 year, but at the end of the year, I'm 1 juz better. I memorized 1 juz all my life. I did not have 1 juz. So now I am the best of my life. صح? I'm the best of my life. لأن عندي جزء من القرآن. Next year I have 2 juz. That means I'm the best of my life. Every time you add 1 page, you are the best of your life. But see, the shaitan keeps in your head what? كل القرآن هذا 600 pages. لا, it's not you, man. This is for the shuyukh only. حافظ sabs, you know. Then you... في البيزنس بقى, we don't act like that. In business, we don't act like that. You're always envisioning yourself as a millionaire. Yes or no? Yeah? Always vision in your head, hey, I'm a millionaire. So you keep going, and you're never a millionaire. But you know, at the end of the day, it is in your head. مع إنه كبير عليك. Even though it is too big, too far. But the possibility is in your head, even the fantasy is there. But how many of us keep كده thinking, fantasizing كده like I'm a حافظ of Quran, leading صلاة التراويح, you know? Nobody. فيش حد. I want you to understand this. Anything you do in the dunya, I want you to have a model of yourself في الآخرة أيضا. أنا كده في الآخرة ascending في الجنة, reciting the Quran, Allah telling me to think about it. I am someone who memorized كده 10 juz of the Quran. مثلا يعني. I read صحيح البخاري. Think about it كده today. And I wanted to think about myself after I finish صحيح البخاري. Read يعني صحيح البخاري. How many of us thought about that? Book. It's a book. صحيح البخاري is a book. I'm not saying go understand it, study it and become a عالم البخاري يعني. No. How many times you thought about opening Sahih al-Bukhari and reading it from beginning to end? مثلا, I'm just giving you an example, like those. So, the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam told us in the hadith here, which is one hadith in this section. He was advising Abdullah ibn Amr ibn al-As. He told him, يا عبد الله بن عمرو لا تكن مثل فلان كان يقوم الليل فلم يعد يقوم الليل كان يقوم الليل فترك قيام الليل. Don't be like someone who used to do قيام الليل but now is not doing قيام الليل. So who's that person? The word فلان in Arabic, فلان يعني someone. Sometimes you use that word for different reasons. Because you do not want to mention the name of the person, covering up. كان فيه فلان جاء لي وقال كذا وكذا. فلان it doesn't mean someone. Someone يعني أحد الناس. بس لما أقول فلان that guy. كلمة فلان يعني that person. مفهوم؟ You understand؟ لا تكن مثل فلان. If there was no one actually did that, the statement would be, don't do such and such. Yes. Don't be among those who leave قيام الليل after they used to do it. يعني. But when Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam here want to do the comparison, don't want to do the comparison intentionally. يعني you are taking it hard on yourself. There was someone doing that and he failed. I don't want you to be like him. But he's referring to someone, Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. For the narrators of the hadith, the scholars who explained the hadith, they said one of two scenarios, possibilities. It's either a Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam knew who is he, but he did not tell Abdullah ibn Amr the name. Satran alayhi. Yani he does not want to say, don't be like, and say the name, because now it is a negative thing. When Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam does not want to mention somebody negative. And I say, don't be like this brother. Who used to do such and such, but now he's not doing it. Now I expose that brother. So the whole idea now is to teach you something good, but I ended up doing something not good. When Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam will not do that. طبعا that is one opinion. The second possibility, Allahu a'lam. The second possibility, شراح الحديث يعني said, that maybe Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam actually told Abdullah ibn Amr because he was talking to him in private. So it is alright to refer to the person who did. Maybe that person was not from, maybe from the munafiqeen, maybe something like that. And Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam told him. But Abdullah ibn Amr is the one who hid his name. Also adab of the Sahabi or the narrator. And that in the science of hadith موجود يعني sometimes you talk about one person but you don't want to mention the name. في ساعات أدب كده يعني. One time one of the shuyukh رحمه الله تعالى, one of the shuyukh of hadith يعني, who was sitting in al-Haram, Masjid al-Haram, and teaching a class of hadith. While teaching the class of hadith, lots of lay people come also. Not all of them are students of knowledge. يعني he had the student of knowledge, but subhanallah في الحرم anybody عمرة وحج وكذا sit. Sheikh, not necessarily they are seekers of hadith. Academically, not everybody there is academic. Not everybody there on that level. Sheikh was explaining some of the hadith, and he came to the hadith of Hind. Hind bint Utbah, the wife of Abu Sufyan, right? رضي الله عنهم أجمعين. And then he's explaining that Hind came to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and asked, Ya Rasulullah, inna Abu Sufyan rajulun shahih. Abu Sufyan is a conjuse man, يعني miser man. كده حديث رجل شحيح يعني tight. يعني spending, my husband is tight. So can I take from his money behind his back whatever necessary? Necessary only. Not for me, my makeup and stuff like that. No, it's not that necessary. قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم خذي ما يكفيك وبنوك بالمعروف. يعني take for what is enough for you and you بالمعروف. So money at that time, it used to be by like the, stuff. Sometimes she will take, he will not realize. Are you allowed to do that? He was explaining that hadith, the Shaykh يعني. تمام? Okay? And now in front of him there are hundreds of people. Shaykh came I did not mention the name Abu Sufyan. ماشي؟ He did not mention the name Abu Sufyan. He said إيه؟ هند came to Rasul صلى الله عليه وسلم وقالت يا رسول الله إن زوجي رجل إيه؟ شحيح. My husband. For one of the lay people said Abu Sufyan. واضح يا اخوان؟ You understand my story? This is يعني حقيقية حصلت يعني. I heard it يعني حصل. I was not there but I heard recording. فالشيخ did not say anything. Continued. فده man insisting يا شيخ أبو سفيان. مصر يعني. قال بارك الله فيك أعرف من هو. يعني may Allah عز وجل reward you. I know who is he. But he does not want to mention the name of a Sahabi in a negative context in front of lay people. فهمتم يا اخوانا؟ That's what I'm trying to prove here in this. فthat's adab. And this adab is not written in books. Those adab, the scholars construe from the totality of teaching. They develop these things. But it's not written in books. You take it from one sheikh, from another sheikh. فهذه موجودة يعني like this. وكلمة فلان أيضا في لغة in Africa called فلاني right? في language called الفلانية فلاني right brother موفو؟ فلاني central countries they speak فلاني. It's a language called فلاني يعني. anyways the word فلان also talking about making little of someone. يا فلان يعني when I call you يا فلان not with your name يعني meaning what? I'm not happy. So I'm telling you يا فلان أنت يعني hey man guy كده. I'm not mentioning your name. It's either because friendliness or because we're putting someone what? Noun. For all of this in the Arabic language. حتى في يوم القيامة في حديث كده يعني في يوم القيامة Allah عز وجل will talk to someone when he's accounting him, one of his عباد that he was not that good يعني. He will admit him to Jannah eventually, but he's talking to him. فيقول له يا فل not يا فلان يا فل مش يا فل يعني فل الياسمين يعني. It is not فل هذا لا يا فل مش بالشدة يعني بالسكون. يا فل يعني أنت حتى صغير قوي يعني. You are very little. Why did you do such and such? يا فل. ها؟ يعني not يا عبد يعني يا فل. ففي حديث like this when Allah talking to someone. now you understand يعني كلمة فلان. فالنبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول لعبد الله بن عمرو لا تكن مثل فلان. Also another use of the word فلان is that you do not emphasize on the person, you are emphasizing on the action. يعني here الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم said don't be like فلان who used to do قيام الليل. So قيام الليل is a subject, it's not who. So there is someone who did, but doesn't matter. What matters is the action. If you start an action, you don't stop that action. Also in this section, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to the believers, don't be like those who used or whom Allah Azza wa Jal assigned to carry the amana, the kitab, the wahi, the revelation يعني. Then they did not carry it properly. And I'll tell you why this ayah is important. And their hearts became hard. لَتَكُونُوا كَالَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابَ مِنْ قَبْلُ فَطَالَ عَلَيْهِمُ الْأَمَدُ فَقَسَتْ قُلُوبُهُم. كلمة فَطَالَ عَلَيْهِمُ الْأَمَدُ is the word. طال يعني became long. الأمد يعني duration, time. So Allah Azza wa Jalla is saying, do not be like the people of the book before you. To have the Quran, they had the Torah wal-Injil wal-Zabur, right? وصحف Ibrahim. People of the book. And you are also people of revelation. Don't be like them. And you have the Quran in front of you. And they had the wahi, the revelation in front of them. فطال عليهم الأمد. يعني it became a longer duration. Longer duration of what? طال عليهم الأمد without practicing properly. يعني they have the book in front of them, but it became long time for them not practicing. يعني there was a gap وجفاء between them and the book of Allah. That's why Rasul صلى الله عليه وسلم said, Quran is like what? It's like camels tied in a ropes. طب انت you tied your camel in the rope. Why Rasul صلى الله عليه وسلم said it is like الإبل في عقولها. Okay, so the camel is tied. If you leave the camel tied without checking on it every now and then, the camel will end up being loose. Then the camel keeps moving. Yes? The camel keeps what? Moving. Any animal, it doesn't matter how tight it is, what they do. Keep moving here and there. So that knot will become what? Looser and looser and looser. So that's why تعاهدوا القرآن. كلمة إيه؟ تعاهدوا يعني إيه؟ يعني it's like the person with the camel keep going and seeing the knot. Is it loose? Tight again. Alright? هذا معنى تعاهد القرآن. فإنه أشد تفلتا من الإبل في عقولها. يعني the camel is trying to what? Get out. فالقرآن stays fresh and strong and memorized as long as you practice it. Practice it by reciting it, by understanding it, by implementing it, and by teaching it. Those are the stages. Recite. It stays in your head. The literal. Understand, and you keep understanding. Now the meaning stays in your head with the meaning. Another level, deeper level. Then you practice what you say. MashaAllah, tabarakallah, jazakallah khair. Bismillah. So you practice it. Now it's a deeper level. You recite the Quran. أقيموا الصلاة وآتوا الزكاة أطيعوا الله ورسوله. I memorize that. Now I know أقيموا الصلاة يعني I pray. Praying on time means now understand it. Understand the meaning of it. Now you are actually preserving the salah on time. Huh? You're coming to the jama'ah. So you feel what the ayah is now personal now. Huh? It is not just an ayah of the Quran I memorize. It is not a meaning that I know. La, then I'm doing it. So now you understand how strong is the Quran with you. And now you go and teach it to your children or teach it to somebody else. That's even, you understand now the importance of the full cycle now. Because now the mujtama', the community, they are seeing the practice of the Quran around. Okay, so you come to the salah, the secret of Salat al-Jama'ah. You come to the salah and you find other people doing salah. You give sadaqah and you find other people doing what? Sadaqah. So the cycle, full cycle now. It means I understand it and he's practicing it. That means he's understanding it or implementing it. That means somebody taught me and somebody taught him and I'm going to teach someone. So that is the Quran is fresh now. Quran is now practiced in our ummah. Sadaqah, al-hajj, all of that. Allah Azza wa Jalla said, don't be like the people before. They did not practice and the time became longer and longer and longer. فَقَسَتْ قُلُوبُهُمْ قَسْوَةً. Qaswa yani hardness. Hardness of the heart. The hardness of the heart. If you leave some material or fabric or leather or something like that without protection and the sun comes and hit in it and the window, then after that you find it rough. You might break it. It's not good anymore. That's why sometimes you put moisturizer in something. You put like, and always like that. Subhanallah, you have the car, you have to put the oil for the brake. Brake oil. Sometimes, your knowledge of the brake oil is that little container, you put some oil in it. But you do not know what does it do. Have you thought about what brake oil does? Who can tell me what the brake oil does? Where does it go, yani? From that container, where does it go? And I used to think like that. You see the car, had the brake oil, power steering oil, engine oil, and this is the windshield wiper. I'm just seeing containers. And this is the oil you put here, put here, put here. But never think, drive the car. Khalas. Right? But what does the brake oil do? To keep lubricating the brake pads. Yes? So it is not metal on metal. Am I right? Otherwise it's going to cause a problem. the steering also, this smoothness of the steering, the power steering. We're not talking about the advanced technology. Huh? I'm talking about the original. Yeah. If that oil is not there, then you will have what? هذا المعنى. This is exactly what it is. Why the hearts became hard? Because the brake oil was not coming. The steering oil is not coming. The engine oil is not coming. يبقى في burning, في hardship, في hardness, في toughness. الذكر هذا soften the heart. Seeing what is happening in the ummah, soften the heart. Reading the Quran, soften the heart. Praying, soften the heart. So don't be like the people before. They have the manual, but they abandoned it. So they became tough. فهمتم الآية? You understand the آية? نعم. Also, the other آية, Allah Azza wa Jalla said, فَمَا رَعَوْهَا حَقَّ رِعَايَتِهَا. يعني Allah Azza wa Jalla, the people also before, Allah did not order them to become رهبان. You know, رهبانية ابتدعوها ما كتبناها عليهم إلا ابتغاء رضوان الله فما رعوها حق رعايتها. So they make it hard for themselves that we are going to isolate ourselves in monasteries and so on, right? That Allah did not order them with it. But since they did it, Allah kept it as part of their deen. They made it on themselves. That's why Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam warned the Sahaba from that. Don't demand things, don't inquire too much, it becomes what? Fardu on you. Taraweeh, he come one night, two nights, then he stays at home. He said, Ya Rasulullah, masjid is full. لا, تفرض عليكم وما استطعتم. Then it becomes a fardu on you. For don't demand even in goodness something that it is not on you. طبعا the deen is complete now, alhamdulillah, right? But at that time, Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam prevented the Sahaba. That's why they even were afraid to ask questions. So Anas ibn Malik said, we love the A'rabi, the Bedouin, who come and ask these rude questions and rough questions. Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam teach us, we learn. But they were afraid to ask a question, it becomes what? Not only on them fard, but the whole ummah, Yawm al-Qiyamah. This man said, Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, we make Hajj every year. Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam quiet. Every year? Ya akhi, uskut. Just sit quietly. He said, every year? Yeah, 3 times. And the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, if I say yes, then it becomes fardu on every single Muslim until Yawm al-Qiyamah to make Hajj every year. Can you imagine now in our situation? Yeah? Imagine that. And that situation will be for those who have money. It's not for those who don't have money. Those who don't have money will be dancing, mashallah, happy. That, I made Hajj one time, I couldn't do anymore. خلاص. But those who have money now, مشكلة كبيرة جدا. He said, if I said no, it would be, and if I say yes, even if Rasulullah said no, it would be a problem also. That's why he was quiet. Think about it. If he say yes, it becomes fard on everybody, yeah? Correct? So what if he said no, not every year? Nobody will go to Hajj except one time. You go to Hajj one time, خلاص. أنا made Hajj one time. Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, not every year. Means one time is enough. But rahmah of Allah to leave it open like this. Leave it open. You want to go Hajj every single year? You want to go Hajj one time? Okay. You want to go Hajj a couple of times? Fine. You want to go Hajj every 5 years? Fine. Leave it open. That's what Rasulullah said, leave it open. Allah Azza wa Jalla said, they made it hard for themselves. Okay, Rahban, I'm not going to get married. Okay. I am not going to do this. Okay. I am not going to eat such. Mash. Allah Azza wa Jalla said, all right, now abide by what you put on yourself. It became a must on them now. Then ended up what? فَمَا رَعَوْهَا حَقَّ رِعَايَتِهِ. They did not keep up what they obligated themselves to do. مشكل. فالرسول Allah Azza wa Jalla saying, don't be like that. فهذا, this was just the last time I missed a couple of ayat. Sheikh Salih reminded me, alhamdulillah, jazakallah khairan. Also in regards to learning, knowledge. In knowledge, there are things which is fard ayn. Seeking the knowledge of the deen. So somebody come and say, well, I'm not obligated to seek the knowledge. Everybody is obligated to seek the knowledge that you need to be a Muslim. The minimum, yeah. Do you need to pray 5 times a day? The answer is yes. Okay. Are you obligated to learn how to pray? That's fard ayn. You cannot say some of us learn and some of us imitate. لا. It is fard on you individually to know how to do wudu and what breaks it. Fard ayn يعني. It's not only salah 1, 2, 3. لا. You have to know the purification process. Okay? What do's and don'ts. When I need to do wudu and when I don't. And how to make the wudu. And what would break that wudu. And the importance of qibla. And the importance of satr al-awra. Covering. The conditions of salah. هذا فرض عين. It is not like فرض كفاية يعني. It's not optional. You see how far we are? Everybody going by the power of imitation. Power of what? Imitation. طب when you are alone inshallah, what are you going to do? يعني power of imitation. Somebody can imagine that they come every time in masjid, they find wudu, they look and they do wudu. طيب now you are alone by yourself. How are you going to do inshallah? هذا فرض عين. فرض ايه؟ عين. If you're going for hajj, فرض عين عليك to know the manasik. Don't say that I will do what people do. That's not right. It's not right. عندك زكاة ما شاء الله الخير كثير اليوم خير كثير ما شاء الله بسم الله this is something. All right. فيقول ايه فرض عين on you. Now you have zakatable money. Means you are among those who supposed to give what? فرض عين. تعرف أحكام الزكاة. Otherwise you're going to miss up. Either delay it, either give less, or you give someone who does not deserve. It's not enough to come and say, what is my zakah? Here you go. That's not right. You have to know what is happening. For anything that you are obligated to do, you are obligated to learn. Otherwise you come and until you make a mistake and you don't know what to do. And that is what happens in a community level and individual level. A mistake happens and everybody's like panicking. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. الإمام pray. طب الإمام هذا مات. Got a stroke or got a heart attack. مات. Died يعني. What we do now? Okay. Here is a scenario for you. And when we're praying Fajr, والإمام fell down. كل بقى الجماعة leave their صلاة and carry the imam and take him to the emergency room? You see the idea here? I'm just giving you an idea. يعني if somebody fell out in the foyer, we know what to do. Okay? Everybody comes. And even that, I don't think we know what to do. You find everybody who does not have any benefit are the ones who are around. Everybody is trying to make fatwa. Bend his leg, raise his head, put his leg up. That's what we see. Am I right or am I exaggerating? This is what happens. Why? Because we did not know what to do in a situation without the situation being there. And the situation happens and we forget about it. Salat al-Janaza. Every single time, same exact thing. People do the same exact stuff. They do not know how to carry the box. They don't know how to bring the box here. Every time. Why? Because we wait until the case happens and then we think again. طب يا أخي learn the things that is happening all the time. فطلب العلم فرض عين. If you are obligated to do, you are obligated to learn. Remember this rule. Okay? If it is sunnah, then it is sunnah to learn. Okay? في فرض كفاية. فرض كفاية يعني communal obligation. Communal obligation. يعني مسجد السلام has to have somebody memorizing the Quran. لازم هذا موجود يعني. Somebody is there, even one person. عشان يصلي بهم. To make the salah. That's why we appoint an imam. We appoint that. Why? Because this is فرض كفاية. يعني imagine a community, none of them know how to lead the salah. يبقى all sinful. All this jama'ah sinful. None of them know how to wash a dead person. All sinful. في جنازة came and nobody knows how to do جنازة. يعني طبعا this is rare, but I'm just hypothetically speaking. And all sinful. ففرض كفاية means this in general have to stay in the community in general, but it must be there. There has to be someone in this jama'ah studying the fiqh of salah, zakah, hajj. Somebody have to be knowing these things. Because when people know, go to this sister, go to this brother. هذا فرض كفاية on the jama'ah to secure. علم التجويد. علم التجويد, learning the tajweed is فرض كفاية. Reciting with tajweed is فرض عين. I'm repeating again. Reciting Quran properly, فرض عين on everybody. Now how much you achieve of it, that is between you and Allah. I'm not saying that فرض عين that today you have to recite Quran perfectly. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying فرض عين on you to do salah. Some people live all their life while struggling to do proper salah. Yes? But their salah is accepted بإذن ta'ala. Why? Because this is the best of their ability. But you have to be trying to recite Quran properly. If you are not trying, you are sinful. I'm sorry, but this is the reality. I feel bad saying this, but anybody, pick any Muslim in the world and tell them, are you doing some effort, doesn't matter how little it is, to recite Quran properly? If he say no, sinful. I'm not telling you go study tajweed. I did not say that. I did not say go read a book of tajweed. No. Go to someone reciting the Quran, tell him, please fix this surah al-Fatiha for me and these 5 surahs. That is what you are required to do. 2 surah. قل هو الله أحد only. خلاص. You understand me? Fatiha وقل هو الله أحد only. فرض عين. This is what you need minimum for salah. Right? Live all your life reciting Fatiha قل هو الله أحد. Second rak'ah Fatiha قل هو الله أحد. فقل هو الله أحد. No problem. Live all your life like that, you're good. You maintain the فرض العين. You see how simple it is? Simple, very simple. Do the minimum you are obligated to do is فرض عين on you. Okay? فرض عين on you. You try your best, yes. You are not achieving, okay. But you are trying. You keep trying. Somebody, his tongue cannot pronounce better than that. Who cannot say anything about it. But هذا فرض عين. فرض كفاية, فروض الكفاية is the knowledge that the community needs as a whole. It is obligated on the community as a whole. I'm giving you rule of thumb to understand what فرض كفاية mean, what فرض عين mean. فرض عين, nobody will do it for you. You are obligated to pray, you are obligated to learn prayer. The minimum that you need to maintain your prayer. Zakah, you need to know the minimum of the zakah section. Hajj, you need to maintain the furud of the Hajj. Whatever make Hajj successful, you need to know what Arafat is. You need to know all the other details, you are not obligated to know. I'm just telling you. Fard, the minimum that makes Salah correct, هذا فرض عين on each one of us. Okay? The minimum that we recite Quran to pray and to worship Allah, that is فرض عين on you. But فرض كفاية, that we learn the science of tajweed. هذا إظهار وهذا إخفاء ونون الساكنة وإكستند 4 حركة وإكستند 5 حركة. هذا الكلام this كلام is not فرض عين on everybody. But community in general should have someone knowing these things. So it becomes فرض كفاية on the community to have someone who knows tajweed. Alhamdulillah, we have more than enough. and I'm just telling you that هو في حفاظ والصلاة الحمد لله. خلاص فرض كفاية is met. So don't ever look down upon learning. Become a student. Every one of us is a student on a certain capacity. عندنا كم فاضل؟ How long? 10 minutes? ما شاء الله. الوقت فيه بركة اليوم. الحمد لله. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد. يا رب. باب استحباب now this section is beautiful. I love this section ما شاء الله. Now we're going to ease it up a little bit. باب استحباب طيب الكلام وطلاقة الوجه عند اللقاء. 2 things I think the Muslim Ummah needs a lot in this grim situation and all of that with each other. تمام؟ أنا والله يا أخواني, The people in Gaza, they teach us all of these things. I'm telling you. For Ramadan, I learned lessons from them that I never ever learned from any book. And when you see the people mujahideen like this, they're fighting for the sake of Allah, and they're doing that, and they are in a tunnel or something, and they are saying that the month of Ramadan, this whole month of Ramadan, and they pray Salah Tarawih. And people, they say that their daily ration of food is one date. Tamratun wahida. One. In every 24 hours. What's this? You understand? So that's why this Ramadan, we're eating and we're doing things, and what? Like, what is this? One day? MashaAllah, you find people say, I need 1 second. And people will fight if you give them one piece of meat only. With rice, with this, with that. When you go to the trash, you find more food to feed the village. Sahih? Ma'alish, I'm sorry. Isn't that the reality, our reality? Yes or no? I want you, as an adult male, and the sisters, if they're hearing, go check your trash at home before you throw it. Look but with your eyes and see the amount of food that can be eaten in the trash. Now collect that and times weekly, times monthly, times annually. You see how many lives this can be just throwing. The kid eats some toast and they leave the, you know what I'm talking about, right? My kids, هذا حرام عندي في البيت. هذا ممنوع. It's prohibited. Don't do that. Okay? It's either you eat it, right? Or we're going to do something with it. You get this bread, you can dry it, you can make it bread crumbs, you can do whatever it is, but don't do that. When you see people doing this, now you understand. And we need to learn these things, right? So one tamra, one date. Wallah, I tried, ya khwan. I tried to do. These kind of things do not go simple, right? I try. I read about something or I see something and I try on my own. I failed miserably. Diabetes goes up and goes down, and this, and you eat more, diabetes shoot up like this. You go less, and your alarm, eat. So I say, Subhanallah. And I think if I am there, no diabetes. Allah Azza wa Jalla al-Hakim wal-Qawi. Allah al-Hakim wal-Qawi, subhanahu wa ta'ala. And he said, how you eat? He said, you eat half date at the time of iftar and half date at the time of suhoor. Split the date. And sometimes one brother ate his date but he's hungry, so they will cut that between them too. And they keep the date seed, they all night from, they are putting the date in their mouth to suck on it. And they don't want to chew it and swallow it right away. So it keeps there. فسبحان al-Azim. Right? This is something I wanted to mention. When you see them smiling, when you see them talking, when you see them having hope, when you see somebody lost all his children and say, Alhamdulillah, I'm fil Jannah and I'm going to follow them, inshallah. Normal. It's like as if they are on vacation and I'm going to go join. That's what our language is. My kids were on vacation and I'm going to go join, inshallah. So they talk about that, they in Jannah and I'm joining. The little kids say, my parents went to Jannah and I'm waiting for it. But when we read these things, I want you to put in context of that. Okay? For Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam here, in the hadith and in the ayat and all of that, we'll see the good manners and good behaviors with people around you. We have the ease and we have the peace and we have the comfort, and we're not doing it with each other. And those who are in this hardship and everything, and they are practicing it with each other. What does that tell you? It is not how easy or how hard the situation is. It is how willing you are in your heart. Okay? ففي الدين الأخلاق هذه is not only an outer image of behavior, outer code of behavior. It is intrinsic. Kareem, هذا الإنسان الكريم, the generous person is generous before he gives the money. Giving the money or helping people with, being generous is not only about money. Being generous in everything. You are generous in your salam. You are generous in your smile. You are generous in helping others. You are generous with your time. مش لازم فلوس يعني. It is not only money. But generosity, when we put it in money only, we lost the meaning. Okay? Somebody is brave and always talking in certain situations. But when you actually need someone brave, you don't find them. Because we only said brave in certain situations. Brave physically. Huh? But where is brave in the haqq? Where is brave in supporting someone, So then, brave is an intrinsic characteristic before it comes to practice. Our akhlaq is part of our aqidah, by the way. الصدق خلق, right? صدق is a khuluq, isn't it? Truthfulness is what? Khuluq. Truthfulness means you are true to yourself with your Lord subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then everything comes after that outside. أنا صادق لأن الله أمرني أن أكون صادقا. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وكونوا مع الصادقين. All you who believe, have taqwa to Allah and be among those who are what? Truthful. So I am صادق. I am willing to be صادق, truthful for Allah Azza wa Jal. Did I practice any word saying truth or not? Not yet. But that is a second step. But we all put the word truth in making a certain type of statement. If I don't make that type of statement, I'm a liar, yani? So you have to know from inside that you are truthful to Allah Azza wa Jal. I mean, trustworthy for Allah Azza wa Jal. Then when I'm giving an amana, I'm going to act accordingly. Alright? And so on and so on and so on. So before a person smiles, why are you smiling? ما كل الناس smiling. People in, I'm sorry to say, in nightclub, they're smiling to each other. والشيطان smiled all the time. Shaitan smiles to people all the time. And a woman and a man, they're smiling to each other and they commit zina. For smiling is not intended for itself, isn't it? Why are you smiling? Where are you smiling? How you smile? That's what counts. It's not the smile in itself. But in this culture, thinking smile is a smile for smile. And they say smile, it is sunnah, right? It's good because it is sunnah. I smile because it's what? Sunnah. Now you are putting things in perspective. For when you smile, you are not smiling because you want to gain something. La. I'm smiling because this creates love between Muslims. This eases between, any hardship between me and anybody else. It opens people's hearts like you open doors. But you are doing it for the sake of, okay? Some people, they smile to seduce someone. Yes, they do. Men and women, they are charming. And with their smile, people, you are not abusing it like that. Okay? You are smiling for the sake of Allah Azza wa Jalla subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's why women can talk to men. But in Allah Azza wa Jalla ordered the wife of the Prophet not to talk in a certain way. وَلَا تَخْضَعْنَا بِالْقَوْلِ فَيَطْمَعَ الَّذِي فِي قَلْبِهِ مَرَضٍ وَقُلْنَا قَوْلًا مَعْرُوفًا. Yani do not speak softly more than required. So the person who have a disease in the heart, he's led to think a certain way. You see, you are not the bad person here. But your good intended act might lead someone with disease to do something bad. So be careful. That's what we benefit from this. So yeah, smiling is sunnah, smiling is good and everything, but it's not like كده يعني. You go مثلا to the gym بقى Sheikh Adam, huh? And we keep distributing our smiles. Sunnah. Huh? You go مثلا, how are you doing? What kind of exercise you're doing, right? Smile, لا. That's not what we're talking about here. خلي بالكم. Pay attention يعني. يعني I don't want people to, like somebody says, Sheikh, didn't Allah create beauty? Yes, Allah created beauty. And Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam said Allah is beautiful and He likes beauty. Said yes, I'm enjoying the beauty that Allah created. See, you are laughing already because logically it doesn't make sense, right? Allah created the women beautiful, and I am enjoying the beautiful. Allah said, MashaAllah, Subhanallah, Allahu Akbar. What a beautiful. ممكن هذا يعني? Is this good? Is this allowed? حتى your عقل says it's not allowed. But some people, they're playing smart. يعني. Sometimes they play smart. Is somebody coming and having a beard, and the parent said, Sheikh, ask him to shorten his beard or shave his beard. He has a beard and he have long hair and all of that. I said, يا أخي, go have haircut. Sheikh, isn't it sunnah? Did you grow it because it is sunnah? They put their head down. That means it is not sunnah. But you're using sunnah to defend the non-sunnah. You're using the word sunnah because you want to grow your hair and your beard. Fashion. Fashion. But when somebody comes at you, you say what? Sunnah. Isn't it sunnah? يعني هذه sunnah برضو. That's have intention, it is sunnah, and keep it, no problem. But you are not having the right intention. And this goes on and on and on. People never make an argument with goodness on something that you don't have the intention for. Don't do that. Don't play that way. And that's by the way the culture around. In America here, people have bad intention toward each other. Two neighbors, masalan, they don't like each other at all. Okay? And they want to get on each other by all means. They will start doing things within the law. Yes? But bother each other. Okay? You cut the grass, you said, you encroach 2 centimeters on my... Why you do that? لأن now, he's right. He's right. You encroach? Yes, you encroach. But in normal cases, this is عفو يعني. موجود اسمه في العفو. يعني in the area of what? عفو. معفو عنه. عفو. يعني we are not going to make big deal out of those small things. But when in the heart have something, what people do? Isn't it the law? شوف how it is used. It's not about justice now. The mushkil is not justice now. The mushkil, I want to get at you, but I don't want to look bad. So I'm going to use a good concept, which is what? Justice. Okay? Truthfulness. If it is in my side, I said, you have to be true. But if it is not my size, you said, hikmah. Use wisdom. Alright? You have to be smart about it. This is business as usual. Right? We use this terminology, good, nice terminology, to say we like to cheat, we like to deceive, we like to do that. But whenever you want to get something, you have to be honest, you have to be truthful. Shuf. Games. That's why Islam, our deen, already fixed that. لأن Allah ألا يعلم من خلق وهو اللطيف الخبير. Don't you think Allah doesn't know His people He created? So He knows our whereabouts. So Allah said, your akhlaq is for me at all times, and that's it. And those are the exceptions. Bas. Case closed. You can lie in this situation, this situation, and also for the sake of Allah. But you have to be truthful regardless what you gain or what you lose, regardless. And you are doing it for who? But if for my own gains, I will lie sometimes, I will tell the truthful sometimes. Think about it, logically speaking. Yani. If me and you is the dunya maslaha. So every time I'm benefiting something from you, we're fine. Everything that I'm not going to benefit, I will try to keep the benefit coming, regardless. Regardless. Some relative overseas want to go for treatment of something, medical treatment. She goes to a doctor. And the doctor say, oh, you have something that needs surgery. Okay. What is the surgery? Surgery such and such. Fine. I said, go have second opinion. Okay? They went to second opinion. They said, yes, you need the surgery, but they added something else. While we are there, you have another thing that also need to be done. شوف يا أخي, market. It's like a supermarket يعني. Yeah. طيب, is this the second one needed? Yes, needed, big, more important than the first one. طيب, you go third opinion. You go third opinion and say, both of them are donkeys. They don't understand anything. I can treat you on this with whatever. طب يعني, where is the حق now? لأن there is no system that have accountability. يعني مثلا over here, if a medical malpractice or something like that, there is a law, there is system يعني. So everybody is afraid to, يعني there is the wiggle room is not big يعني, right? But over there, أنت اعمل ما تشاء. Send me the stuff. So we showed to the doctors here. They said, yeah, the surgery is needed, but it is not that urgent. But it needs to be done. This is better to be done now. But all of these other things, no. Now, which one do you trust in this? ما هو ده دكتور ودكتور ودكتور. يعني if you look by the number, say those are 3 people. يعني the حق is somewhere. But only I took from one person here. What made me believe this person? الأخلاق. صح? I'm Muslim. There's a masjid. We're in the same jama'ah. Why would he deceive? علم, science and all. That's why people are successful in the West, not in the East. Even who are Muslim over there, we hear this is the culture is not Muslim. But there is a code. You understand me? So Muslim, if they follow the code, they become much, much better. I hope I'm clear in this one. So when a Muslim smiles, that smile means a lot more than the other smiles, because other smiles is to gain something. And it will switch based on the benefit. But a Muslim smiles for the sake of Allah within limitations. Talaqatul wajhi. Talaqatul wajhi, you know talq? You know the word ta and lam and qaf? Means free. Something went free. And from the word talaq in marriage, same root, let her go. And from the bullet, you know bullet is called talqa. Talqa means the bullet went out free. Itlaqun nar means freeing the bullet, يعني the act of firing the arm. Right? Hawa'un talqun, free air, fresh air. Right? Talaqatul wajhi, يعني you are not restricting your face, you are letting it relax. هذا معنى الكلمة. طلاقة الوجه, not necessarily you are smiling. The face is relaxed. هذا معنى كلمة طلاقة الوجه. طلاقة الوجه, your face is not. That's extra effort now to, you know, they say, you know, poker face. They say, you know, you have the, what they call it? Straight face. They say certain things about the face, right? But when you see some people, sometimes their face relaxes you. They are not smiling. They are not doing anything. You know, normal. هذا طلاقة الوجه. So this section is about what? طلاقة الوجه. وطيب الكلام. طا, يا and با. The word طيب. طيب يعني something pure. طيبات للطيبين والطيبون للطيبات. The good men and good women. هذا pure. Also, food can be called pure, means halal. The word طيب means what? Halal. And khabith is not pure or not halal. So that's why, what is the proof? يعني Allah used it as pure men and women, means character. يعني character. الطيبات للطيبين والطيبون للطيبات. خبيثات للخبيثين والخبيثون للخبيثات. That's men and women. Alright? Then الطيبات, Allah said, أولئك مبرؤون مما يقولون. They are purified from all the accusations. So Allah talking about morality. طيب وخبيث, moral and immoral. طيب وخبيث يعني حلال food وحرام food. We call it طيب and خبيث. ويحل لهم الطيبات ويحرم عليهم الخبائث. Allah call it طيب. طيب يعني ايه؟ Pure to eat, حلال. فيعني الخمر من الخبائث. Yes. Even though it might be pure, it might be clean, it might whatever يعني it is. They make the pork in packages, this, that, you know, sometimes cleaner than the beef and the lamb. But does it make it not khabith? فيعني halal and haram. فطلاقة الوجه يعني the face is what? Relaxed. The face is what? Relaxed. Allah telling Rasulullah واخفض جناحك للمؤمنين. الجناح يعني wing. الجناح يعني ايه؟ Wing. Even in English we use it. Take him under your wing. يعني ايه؟ What does the word mean? Take somebody under your wing means what? Coach them, mentor them, right? Protect them. Take them under your wing and teach them. Take them under your wing, under your protection, under your tutelage, you know, something like that. والجناح also in the bird. What does the janah do in a bird? It brings you what? Up. So اخفض الجناح يعني keep your wings down means what? Humble yourself. Right? فهمتوا؟ واخفض لهما to your parents يعني واخفض لهما جناح الذل من الرحمة. الذل يعني humility. يعني wing of humility means the wing down. Wing of كبرياء means wing up. So for your parents, always the wing has to be where? Down. من الرحمة. يعني humility out of mercy. It's not humility you are forced. You know, sometimes you humiliate someone. So that humility that they have is forced. It's forced humility caused by your transgression. You humiliated someone. But when I humiliate myself to my parents, it is a willingness. So that's why Allah said, جناح الذل من الرحمة. Out of your rahmah, you humiliate yourself to your parents. So it is not something that you feel bad about, you know. When you are humiliated in the job, you feel bad. But when I'm humiliated in front of my parents, I'm proud actually if I'm humiliating myself. Humiliate myself to Allah. Of course, I wanted to be abd, you know, of Allah. That's why Allah said, اخفض لهما جناح الذل, and they did not stop. اخفض لهما جناح الذل, يعني you are humiliated in your parents, in front of your parents. لا, Allah said, من الرحمة. Yeah, it's something that you choose, you need to do. It is not like you are humiliated because we have izzah, you know, izzah, like sometimes. Sometimes when you are debating or arguing with your father, remember that word. Go down, it's not because you want to win and your dignity. لا, with your parents, don't know dignity. Let them humiliate you. It's all right. It's all right. I'm telling you, Allah, it's all right. Let your father say, let your mom say. No problem. Don't win, yani. Don't try to win. One of my sheikhs was saying that there are certain battles, winning is losing and losing is winning. With your spouse and with your parents. Winning is losing and losing is what? احفظوها كده يعني. ما شاء الله brothers, if the sisters, with your wife, you are always a loser. ما فيش بقى يعني. أنت loser all the time. فأنت stay loser كده willingly أحسن. Unless there is some haram is going to be committed or something will be transgressed. Then you stop. But other than that في الدنيا, sister, you are a winner. يلا. Take all the time winning. As long as there is no haram, or you are not asking for something which is not allowed, خلاص, you win. Your argument, win. Try كده, see. Winning is losing and losing is what? Especially with your parents. يعني imagine your dad and your mom in the argument does not carry much weight and you can defeat them in the argument easy. Then what? Now your dad cannot talk back to you and your mom cannot talk back to you. You defeated them in the argument. You happy now? How does it make you feel? When your dad put his head down and said, yeah, you're right. How make you feel, inshallah? And you keep doing that every day. بعدين يعني. What did you achieve? Really, يعني, what did you achieve? Huh? I would rather have my father said, you know, I am teaching you and I still teach you. You're still my son. You're still my kid. Yes, Dad. Absolutely. You go kiss his head with his leg or his head. خلاص. No issue يعني. I love my dad to be a winner all the time. As I said, unless there is haram or there is something, then, you know, we talk nicely also. Say, لا, يعني, here is hadd of Allah Azza wa Jal. But most of the time, it's not that. It's all about dunya affairs and stuff like this. For may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us among those who have those type of akhlaq and those faces that are relaxed and making people relax and making people happy for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And may Allah enable us to speak the lenient word and the good words that opens the hearts of the people, not closes the heart of the people. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر الله العظيم لي ولكم، وجزاكم الله خيرا، وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد، والحمد لله رب العالمين. شكرا. وجزاك الله خير. جميل حبيبي، شيخ مبارك، فين العريس؟